There's a kind of exhaustion that money doesn't fix. You still have income. You still go to work every day. But at the end of the month, when you check your bank account, you don't feel safe. Have you ever caught yourself thinking, I'm not broke, so why do I always feel behind? The pain isn't that you earn too little. The pain is that you don't know where your money is going. And you don't know where you're going. And if you don't fix this soon, 5 years from now, you'll still be here, just with more bills. Today isn't about getting rich fast. It's about 7 foundational rules. You don't need to be a financial genius. You don't need a high IQ. You just need a system. And by the time we get to rule number 2, you'll understand something most people miss. The biggest problem isn't income. It's panic. One rule of 72, time is what you're wasting the most. The formula is simple. 72 divided by your interest rate, percent, equals the number of years it takes your money to double. 6% per year leads to about 12 years. 12% per year leads to about 6 years. Do you see what just happened? A few percentage points. And the time to double gets cut in half. The problem is our brains assume money grows in a straight line, but money grows exponentially. We underestimate time, and that's why we miss its power. Self-recognition. You've said it before, I'll start later. But later is exactly what quietly cost you hundreds of thousands over time. You don't need to invest big. You just need to understand that every year you delay could cost you 2 or 3 years of freedom later. Micro action, 30 seconds. Grab a calculator, pick a realistic return in 6%, 8%, 10%. Apply the rule of 72. Write down how long it takes your money to double, just one number, but it will permanently change how you see time. 2. A 3 to 6 month emergency fund, your panic shield. Here's what people don't say clearly enough. Most financial mistakes don't come from lack of knowledge. They come from emotional panic. Job loss, medical bills, economic downturns. Without an emergency fund, your brain flips into survival mode. You sell investments at the wrong time. You borrow at terrible rates. You accept risks you normally wouldn't. The issue isn't poverty. The issue is having no cushion. Loss framing. Not having an emergency fund doesn't hurt you immediately, but it hurts you exactly when life goes wrong. Open loop. And rule number 3 will show you why so many people sabotage themselves when markets drop. Micro action. 1 minute. Open a separate savings account. Name it Buffer. Set up automatic transfers every week, even small ones. You don't build freedom through motivation. You build it through automation. 3. Only invest what you can actually tolerate. You think you can handle risk until your account drops 30%. Humans hate losing money more than they enjoy gaining it. The pain of loss is stronger than the joy of winning. So if you invest beyond your emotional tolerance, when things drop hard, you'll panic sell. Not because you're stupid, because you're human. Cognitive relief. You don't need to become a steel-nerved investor. You just need to invest at a level that lets you sleep at night. Self-recognition. You've said, I'm in for the long term, but when it dropped, you hit sell. That's not a knowledge problem. That's a design problem. Micro action. Write this down. The maximum drop I can tolerate without selling is ___% Set that boundary before you invest, not while you're panicking. 4. The 4% rule. Don't eat your principal. When you build assets, you face a different question. How much is safe to spend? The 4% rule reminds you that if you withdraw too aggressively, your portfolio can die early. It may sound conservative, but the goal isn't to spend big. The goal is to last. Future pacing. Picture yourself at 60. Do you want steady income flowing in, or do you want to depend on someone else? Wealthy people don't chew through the engine. They live off the output. Micro action. Take your total invested assets and multiply by 4%. That's a reference annual withdrawal amount. Just run the number. You'll start thinking differently about income. 5. The 100 rule. The older you get, the smarter your risk needs to be. 100 minus your age equals the percentage of your portfolio that could be in stocks. Age 20 to 80%. Age 40 to 60%. The number can shift, but the logic doesn't. When you're young, you have time to recover. When you're older, stability matters more. Some 45-year-olds invest like they're 25. When markets drop, they lose more than they expected. Loss framing. A deep drop at 25 is a lesson. At 55, it can be a crisis. Micro action. Calculate your percentage based on your age. Compare it to your current allocation. If you're far off, you don't have to change everything today. Just begin adjusting gradually. 6. The 50/30/20 rule. A spending system that doesn't choke you. 50% for essentials, 30% for lifestyle, 20% for saving and investing. The strength isn't in precision, it's in sustainability. You don't fail because you lack willpower. You fail because your system is too complicated. Cognitive relief. You don't need a 20-tab spreadsheet. You need a simple framework you can repeat every month. Self-recognition. You've tried extreme budgeting, then you quit because you eliminated all joy. 50/30/20 keeps balance. You don't feel deprived. You don't lose momentum. Micro action. Pull up last month's expenses. Check what percentage went to essentials. If you're over, adjust 5 to 10%. Don't aim for perfection. Aim for consistency. 7. The 20/4/10 rule. Don't let a car become a burden. If you buy a car, put at least 20% down. Finance no longer than 4 years. Keep total car costs under 10% of your monthly income. Cars depreciate quickly. The loan pressure doesn't. You buy a car to serve your life. Don't let your life serve the loan. Self-recognition. Have you ever known someone who bought a car, and for 3 years, all they talk about is the payment? That's not freedom. That's trading short-term excitement for long-term stress. Micro action. Calculate total monthly car costs, payment, insurance, gas, maintenance. Divide by your income. If it's over 10%, don't beat yourself up. Wait another year. 1 year of patience can buy 5 years of peace. The truth. Most people don't say high income does not automatically create wealth. The right system does. Plenty of people make good money and still feel anxious because they have no rules. Personal finance isn't luck. It's a game of small discipline, long-time horizons, emotional control. If you apply these 7 rules for 5 years, you might not become a millionaire, but you will become calmer, more stable, more confident. Your assets will grow, and you will quietly move ahead of most people who operate on emotion. 5 years from now, do you want to look back and say, I'm glad I started early, or I wish I hadn't waited? The difference isn't your salary. It isn't luck. It's the small decision you make today. If you see yourself in at least one of these rules, comment the number 1 through 7 that you'll apply this week. You don't need to promise everything. Just start one thing and save this video, because there will be a day you want to break your discipline. That's the day you'll need to watch this again.